Hi everybody, it's Wednesday and that means it's Twitter Day, and this is called Twitter for Non-Believers, which I definitely was one for quite a long time. I really did not believe in it. I thought it was goofy. I thought it was for Shaq and for all these professional athletes out there hanging out at bars and tweeting. I didn't really understand the power of Twitter, and this video is kind of short and it's not going to give you like the whole range of stuff, but there's more stuff on my website about Twitter, and I would, go check it out because there's a lot more to learn about Twitter than what I can tell you in this little video. But because this is Twitter for non-believers, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I learned about it that sort of turned me into a believer. Number one being that I have gotten new clients off of Twitter, something I never expected. I never really sought it out, but I didn't realize that Twitter was so good at short bursts of information that will lead people back to your blog or lead people back to your YouTube or whatever you want, Facebook. And there you can showcase your expertise. It helps you become a leader in your field. It also helps you connect with people who you don't know, which is kind of a tough thing on Facebook. You really need to know someone. The only people I let on my page are people that I know personally. And my business page, I need to drive people to that business page. So I use Twitter as a tool to drive people to that business page. Okay? So it allows you to expand your network. That is one of the central pieces I think people miss about Twitter, is people can follow you. And when I put up stuff about video and, my work for Good Morning America and for other things that they recognize, they go, hey, wait a second, she knows what she's talking about. I want to follow her. And at the end of this week, we're going to be really, it may go more than this week because YouTube, I have a lot to tell you about YouTube. And Twitter is a nice feeder to get people to sample your videos, to get people to sample your information, okay? So that's kind of the main thing. I really want to encourage you to get on Twitter, get a handle, make it very similar to your Facebook business page and whatever. Brand yourself as your handle. And mine is MJTV Girl, and I am on, it started with Twitter, MJTV Girl, and then my website, mjtvgirl.com, and so forth and so forth, okay? So try to be consistent about those kinds of things. It will help you in the long run, and it won't be so confusing to people, all right? I want to also say one of the things that I kind of like about Twitter is that you can search for people based on their interests and based on attributes that they put about themselves in their Twitter profile. So if you know that your ideal client is a foodie or likes photography, or let's see, maybe astrology or tarot is something they're into, and it relates to your business and what you're going to be talking about, it's really easy to go in there, search for tarot, search for astrology, search for photography, any kind of thing like that. You're going to get a list of the people who are sponsored. But if you go into some of those people, some of the big people in your industry, and follow their followers, those followers are looking for the same kinds of information that you're going to be sharing. So I look for marketing people. I know there's a ton of big time marketing people out there, and I go and look for people who follow them because my ideal client is an entrepreneur who needs some assistance and some help, who may not know, may not want to spend a ton of time learning. This is a really good way of connecting with those people. All right, so tips. Right now, tips. Okay, sharing your ideas in your own voice. It's as I just mentioned, relationship marketing. Twitter is a great way to find new people and begin to market to them and begin to showcase your own content. Be sure you use keywords in every tweet, okay? Make each one count. And how I usually recommend people do that is make a list of all the keywords, and I'm sure you have done this for your website because, as we all know in search engine optimization, keywords are, well, key. Little search engine optimization joke there. Keywords are how people find you. And if you are a fishing shop, if you are an Italian restaurant, if you are an accountant that specializes in tax preparation, that specializes in estate planning, if you are, whatever your specialty is, be sure to use those keywords as many and as often as you can in each tweet, and also with all your other social media, but specifically Twitter, extremely important. That's how people will find you. When you're tweeting, try to share a link each time. If you make a little informational video like this, if you make a blog post, if you find other people's stuff, I recommend a ton of other people's stuff. Don't be selfish. This is about sharing, okay? This is about bringing people together with information that's going to help them. My goal is 100% to bring the best, latest, most effective stuff, information to the table for my clients so they don't have to work to find it. I find it. And so I share with them what I know, and I help them with their specific problems so that they can just go, hey, Mary Jo, this is what's going on. Ba-ba-ba. Here's the answer. All right? So that's what you need to do. So share links of useful content that is interesting to your particular ideal client. Even if it's not yours, they're going to be like, hey, this person's on top of what's going on, all right? If you use any of the Twitter tools like Hootsuite, Twello, well, I'll get to Twello in a minute. Hootsuite has a nice search tool in there that you can use, and you can watch for conversations about people having problems or issues that may connect to your business that you may be able to solve, okay? The internet is active. Old media, like TV, which I used to work in, is more passive. So people actually go online to actively search out answers to their problems. Yahoo Questions is a great place for you to go and look and see what the most pressing issues are for your potential clients. And we'll talk about that in more depth on the YouTube one, because that's a good way to get ideas for YouTube. But in terms of Hootsuite, search for keywords, your keywords in that Hootsuite tool, and you will find those conversations. And then you can converse, answer the question. Don't be stingy with your information, okay? I know everybody says, oh, if I give it all away, like you're giving it away, girlfriend, then no one's going to ever pay me. You know what? It's simply not true, because every single business has their own set of issues and concerns, and your job is to solve them. If I don't share that I have something to share, then how are they going to even, this is a sample. This is really a sample of what I know and how I can help businesses. And if it helps you, you may never use me as a marketing consultant. That's okay, because if it's helping you, then chances are you're going to come back and, who knows, right? Okay, so use that search tool. The next thing I want to say is a lot of people say Twitter's not local. It's really not true. Most of those clients, 70% of those clients that I received through Twitter are right here in this area, in the northern Connecticut, Western Mass area. I actually physically see them. Most of the other 30% is outside of that area, and that's growing every day. So, but I still get a lot of local clients. That's my point. So for a restaurant or for a fixed retail location, don't be shy about Twitter. If you're thinking that it's not for you, that's not true. Twitter is a nice place to find local folks too. And the way you do this is Twello or Follower Wonk or WeFollow. These tools will help you find specific locations, people in specific locations. You can also search for locations right on Twitter. So don't be shy about that. And my last little tip here is don't just tweet at people, okay? Get involved in their conversation. When you see people on there who have a question or have an issue or say something that's funny or resonates with you, and heck, even if they're a Yankee fan, they could still be good people. All right, now all my Yankee fan people are like, ah! Stop. Okay, socks are done. Anyway, so I just wanted to say all this stuff and let you know there's more stuff on my blog about Twitter, and I would love it for you to head over there and subscribe, and then you'll be getting all this stuff all the time. You'll be getting help. You'll be getting new information. I scour the internet all day, every day. That's my job, is to make sure I have the latest information, best information, and I distill it all for my clients, and I give them specific help. Okay? So that's Twitter. All right? Now, go forth and tweet. Bye.